the next day, particularly, to be exact, May 14, 4 p.m. ng hapon. And then, in the continuing investigation, nandun na po, sumama na po ang Criminal Investigation and Detection Group for the unearthing of records, facts, mga kailangan nating ebidensya to come up with a conclusions and recommendations, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. At ito pong pag-unearth natin ng investigation, lalong-lalo ng mga facts, lalong-lalo na last Friday, the Department of Justice have sent out directive to turn in all records of investigation papunta po sa Department of Justice. And then therefore, in compliance with the directive, we will be submitting the records of investigation to the Department of Justice, including the earlier records that was submitted to, referred to Pasay City Prosecutor's Office last Thursday, 4 p.m. And so, we have, meron po tayong, okay. So,
Start with the slides, please.
So, ito po yung ating records coming from the probers from the CIDG.
Take note, it is called a gun-related incident. Okay, gun-related incident.
Okay. This is a gun-related incident, meaning there is a discharge of firearm in the premises of the Senate building last May 13. And this, as shown, ito po yung timeline. Minabuti natin na ilahad na before the actual shooting, to be exact, is actual discharge of firearm, that was about 7:45 p.m. kung titignan nyo. But before that, makita muna natin kung ano yung mga events before the actual shooting, and even after the discharge of firearm at 7:45, we extended up to 2:30 a.m. where Senator Bato de la Rosa escaped and or went out at the premises of the Senate building. Material po yun. So all of this will be sent to forwarded to our beloved Secretary of Justice. So at 5:23 p.m., nakita natin and or documented that Senator Bato de la Rosa have appealed to the public for support over some social media platform. At 5:58 p.m., the Senate adjourned its session, and 6:14 p.m., Supreme Court did not issue TRO. Meron pong nilabas yun. And at 6:57 p.m., Major General Mau Aplasca announced that somebody will be arrested. And pag titignan nyo na up to shooting incident na 7:45 p.m., discharge of firearm, up to 8:15 p.m., up to the time na 2:30 p.m. Next slide. Okay, ito po yung 5:23 p.m. documented. Next. Okay, the adjournment of the session of the same day. Next. Okay. This is the document that will show that the Supreme Court did not issue a TRO on the petition of Senator De La Rosa. Okay. Mau Aplasca announced that they are going to arrest somebody. Take note of the time, 6:57 p.m. Okay, at 7:05, nag-lockdown ang ating Senate for security. And at 7:11 p.m., the Congress article of impeachment is being ready to be received to the Senate, such that several minutes after, next, At 7:22 p.m., it was hand over physically to the Senate. Next. At 7:45 p.m., gunshots was heard inside the Senate premises. Take note of the time. It's 7:45 p.m. Next. And staff officials have announced that there was perceived NBI entered the Senate. Then next, at 8:39 p.m., we have pronouncement by the NBI that they were not involved in the shooting incident. Next. At 9:35, of course, our beloved SILG rushed to the Senate to ensure that maging stable yung lugar doon. Okay, and upon the request of officials from the Senate, particularly several senators. Okay. So, up to the time that the Senator De La Rosa was seen leaving the Senate premises at about 2:30 a.m., madaling araw na ng the next day, May 14. So, it's approximately about 6 hours after the shooting. Next.
So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Oh, what a
Okay, so on days before, one day before the actual shooting and or discharge of firearm, May 12 particularly, umaga pa lang ng May 12, may nag-coordinate na po na nagko-coordinate na ang GSIS security officials and the OSAA security officials with regards to the security on GSIS. Okay, that will show that there was really a meeting. Take note that this one day before May 13. May 13 is Wednesday. Nagko-coordinate na po sila. Okay, next. And the next day, meron pong nag-implement po ng red alert status ang GSIS. So, naglabas po, in effect, naglabas siya ng direktiba sa hapon ng May 13, particularly May 21 po nilabas. Next. The GSIS security officer conducted inspection and identified nine areas, particularly nitong Wednesday na ng umaga or hapon, citing to tighten the security as shown yung A to I, particularly yung Gate 1 sa Jokno, Gate 2 on Macapagal Avenue, the GSIS Senate Common Gate, yung Common Gate po doon, yung in between, and the Kalayaan Garden. Kalayaan Garden is on the northern part of the Senate premises and northern as well as the GSIS premises. We have yung pang-E, outdoor canteen hallway leading to the Kalayaan Garden. And itong glass door core level 5 hanggang helipad po ng level 6, level 7 and level 8. Next. So, in the afternoon of May 13, that is a Wednesday, may mga NBI na po na pumunta sa premises ng GSIS. This is to in response to the request of the GM Biloso of the GSIS kasi nagre-request sila to fortify the security of the GSIS. So, meron pong pumunta kaagad na 3 NBI agents and yung pinakita ko kaninang mga lugar, those are the things that the areas that they will going to fortify and or secure further. So next, ito po yung arrival ng ating mga NBI agents at the GSIS main building.
Napakita mo ba yung letter ni Piloso?
Yes, sir. Teka muna, merong letter yon. Pakitignan. In effect, their presence was backed up by a letter properly received at about 5 p.m. 5:08 p.m. of the same day. Okay, ito po yung mga NBI agents. Okay. To sum up, there are 29 NBI agents. Nung una kasing investigation natin, ang nakuha pa lang natin nakita through CCTVs is 21. And after the conduct of the continuing investigation, we accounted 29 of them.
Please take note that none of the NBA agents had tactical gear with them. They were dressed as NBA agents, clearly identified, nakalagay, but none of them had tactical gear with them. They did not have a battering ram. They did not have provisions for shape charges to breach any door. So let's just make that clear.
Okay, to continue, please. Okay. These were the footages on malapit na to sa area kung saan nag-disburse ng firearm.
This is the NBI, this is the GSIS canteen, which is adjacent to the Senate second floor.
Okay, next. Okay. Again, site inspection at level 2 or second floor at 6:51 p.m. Out of the 29, there are 4 female NBI agents. Okay. Next. Okay.
手ぐしで髪をかき上げて薄くて取れないカツラです。
インクリーズヘアから極薄
Minutes before the gunfires were heard, ay merong naririnig din na nagdi-drill dun sa when you are inside the Senate premises and as well as GSIS premises, because at the GSIS premises, particularly at the ground floor, may pinto po doon na steel door na pinortify ng ating maintenance or security ng GSIS. So yun po ay recorded, and this is the proof that this was recorded.
For the information of the body, all entrances from GSIS Senate to GSIS or GSIS to Senate. Since early in the morning, we're being fortified by the GSIS maintenance. They had duly informed the maintenance of the Senate that there was going to be drill work going on in all the doors of the Senate of the GSIS connecting to the Senate. So again, the GSIS management, the Senate maintenance management had information that there was going to be fortification of doors in the GSIS area. So, hindi gulatan to because conspiracy theories were abounding, but they were duly informed.
Okay. So there was a drilling, and the drilling sound maririnig, and they put bolt after drilling. I think several bolts were put, and then naglagay ng mga steel cabinet. And that is in the ground floor or first floor. Take note of the time, that is 7:39 p.m. Next.
For the information of the body also, the GM found it better to secure the entrances going into GSIS because Senator Bato had called for a people power movement, and had there been anarchy in the building, the GSIS contains billions of pesos of worth of artworks that are displayed in their walls. Had there been an overflow of people going to GSIS, the losses would have been incredible. So it was better, he found it better for them to secure the doors so that there would be no commotion going inside to the GSIS building.
Next slide. Okay. The next slide will show what happened after the drilling in the ground floor. And then we'll go to second floor, and this will show the second floor area. On the right side is merong pinto doon coming from, if you're inside, you have to, on the right side merong hagdan doon. But before the hagdan may bintana and merong pinto. And this area, in this CCTV, was requested or nakuha natin, secured from the CCTV of the Senate. This shows the NBI agents coming from the first floor kasi one by one sila paakyat. If marirecall nyo po, ang sinabi ko kanina, there are areas A to I.
Just to add, this CCTV footage was from the Senate CCTV room, not the GSIS. So, the Senate security had full view of the people who were on that floor. Take note that none of the elements are in tactical gear. All of them were just in conference. None of them were in formation to attack the Senate. They were just checking out every floor that was in danger.
That's correct, sir. And we take note of the timeline. The timeline is 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01 p.m. Wherein 6:52 sila dumating sa area na yon, and then they left that area at 7:01 p.m. for the appreciation of our dear Secretary of Justice. And take note, nung umalis na sila, at 7:02 p.m. particularly, dalawa po ang naiwan dyan, na NBI agent. Agent Darwin Francisco and Antonio De Leon. Laban ko. Okay, so makikita nyo dyan, dalawa sila. They are with the uniform of NBI. And naglagay lang ng upuan dun sa may hagdan. Take note of the time, that is, they started posting themselves there at 7:02. And take note the earlier my earlier statement that place is within the jurisdiction or control of the GSIS. Okay, next slide. At 7:44 p.m., 42 minutes after dun sa debuting on the second floor veranda, ito,
Okay, General Laplaska called the pause, please, pause. Pause. Rewind, please, to when General Plaska was addressing the units. Rewind 15 seconds. There. At that moment, General Plaska called in the OSAA operatives, including the PNP and the Marines, and gave the order to lock and load. So, in his order, you could see the Marines were cocking their guns. So it was lock and load. After which he proceeded to the hallway leading to the doorway where the NBI were previously reconnoitering. Okay, proceed.
okay. So that's the video when they organize themselves to go to the area.
Take note that pause, please. Pause, please. General Laplaska did it in full view of the press. In full view of the press, he gave the order of the lock and load, and he asked them to follow. He allowed them to follow up to a certain point. In normal situations, if there is a perceived confrontation, you will clear the building of all personnel because of possible stray fire. However, he allowed them to follow. Okay, proceed, please.
Okay. So this is one angle of the video going to the exit door, going to the veranda.
As you can see, pause, please. Pause. The Marines are in single formation according to their training, staying to the side of the wall. Okay, proceed.
Followed by the PNP.
Followed by the PNP, who formed a perimeter line at the very end, at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Proceed.
Play. Next, take note of this time. This is the CCTV footage taken at the veranda. The CCTV footage is owned by the Senate, and we requested it, and binigay naman. At this will show, kung matatandaan nyo kanina, 6:50 something, 6:52 p.m. up to 7:01. Dumating yung bulk of NBI. And then, this is the actual video wherein makikita nyo may burst of fire. Merong usok.
Just to also be clear, makikita nyo during the video na may mga lights na dumadaan. Hindi puputok ng baril yun. Those are insects that are flying across the lens. But we will show you clouds of smoke and possible muzzle fire that actually occurred. Kasi makikita nyo mamaya may gumagalaw-galaw eh. Baka akala nyo nagpuputukan. Hindi po nagpuputukan yan. Those were instruments of, those were insects. Look at that. Insects yung gumagalaw na yan. Okay, go, proceed.
Makikigay mo sa 7:46 14 p.m. 7:46 yung operator. Makikita natin dito the first approximate time of a burst of fire. Yan, may usok na.
Teka ba na? Rewind please, 3 minutes. Yan. Yung nasa may upuan siya. According to testimony of General Laplaska himself, he opened the door and he asked, "Sino ka?" the agent identified himself as NBI. Shortly thereafter, he fired three shots into the, not exactly to the direction, but three shots towards the to the vicinity of the NBI agent. And you can see the muzzle fire, the blast. Pakita mo, General. Rewind, please, rewind. 10 seconds. Yan. 1, 2, 3. Three firearms. 4.
Sunod.
Yan, papatok sila.
And nag-withdraw.
The NBI agent withdrew behind the air conditioning duct units. And because he was being fired upon, he discharged a cover fire.
What?
Yan, 1. Take note that the cover fire was because he was under the impression that he was under attack. 2, 3.
Take note na yung muzzle niya naka
It was not pointed towards the Senate. It was pointed as cover fire because he was retreating. Okay, and then play.
Okay. Okay, next CCTV. So, the next CCTV,
At this point, the officer in charge instructed the agents, do not engage. So they retreated. He was waiting for them. That's not a gunfire. Okay? He was waiting. The instructions were, do not engage. Agent Ledesma ba? Sino yung ano? De Leon was in retreat. He was waiting. He was waiting.